Hi, one of the Good Noise podcasts here with Act 20. We're going to ask him some questions today. I'm going to start. So what inspired you to start the project, and what does the project name mean?
This is a project that I started. I guess I started when I was a kid. I just started writing songs. I didn't have any specific idea in mind, but um, I've just always had trouble expressing myself in conversation. And so I found the best way to do that is just to write it down, and they sort of turned into songs. And eventually I hit my 20s, and I just said, I'm just going to start recording them. I've got a couple dozen just sitting around, not doing anything. So I decided to put it out there. As far as the name goes, the name basically just means that I'm bad at naming things. It's something that had a little bit of personal meaning to me, but really the story behind it is just someone suggested it, and I had nothing better, and I always meant to change it and never did. So
That's
um,
completely valid.
there's yeah. So I'm sorry, that's not a satisfying answer, but I assure you that the actual answer is far less satisfying than what I just gave you.
All right.
Okay. All right, solid. So congrats on your newest release, The Pale Cast of Thought. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
It's good. I really, I had low expectations, if I'm being completely honest. I didn't do this for other people. I just kind of did it for myself.
Hmm.
So to see that people are actually really liking it, it caught me off guard a little bit, but I'm really grateful for it. I had a couple of friends yesterday, out of the blue, just text me, people I haven't talked to in a while, just to tell me they listened to it and they liked it. Stuff like that means a lot. Or complete random strangers will email me. Um, Never expected that. And it's not a lot. It's obviously pretty modest, but it's much better than I could have imagined. I'm really
Yeah,
grateful for that.
Yeah, well,
I'm
that's
really
good to
happy to
hear.
hear you got that response.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey.
deserved.
So is there any meaning behind the EP name or the cover art?
So the name is actually a line from Hamlet. I
Hmm.
am a huge Shakespeare nerd. There are Shakespeare quotes littered through tons of my songs. And so basically that line comes from the to be or not to be speech,
Oh,
which basically is him contemplating suicide, deciding whether or not life is worth living if we have to put up with all this crap. And eventually what he realizes is the pale cast of thought uh, covers over all of that crap and makes us decide, maybe illogically, that we should keep on living. As far as
Oh.
the artwork goes, that's more so that the artwork I had originally intended. One of the songs on there is called "Alone." Originally,
Mhm.
that was going to be a single, and that was going to be the artwork for it. But I got held up recording that one, and I just didn't have time to release it as a single. So I decided I really liked that artwork and I wanted to keep it. So I decided to just make that the cover for the EP. I think it fits the mood anyway. I really like the color scheme to it and everything. It just sort of it really fit together nicely.
That's good. Solid. I like the name idea. That's I didn't know
Thanks.
that. I don't read Shakespeare, so that's a
Nobody
really cool.
does. No one
Oh,
does.
some people do. So
I'm
for the
forced to
people,
read it in school, so
Well, right, yeah.
yeah.
so
So when
you
you get
got
to that
it.
part,
Yeah,
right,
once he said the to be or not to be speech, I'm like, okay, yeah, that. I don't remember the
Yeah.
line, but I'm like, I know the
it's
speech.
buried
Yeah.
way at the end. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
the fourth to last line in the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, there's no way I remember that. Maybe like the
yeah,
first two
it's,
lines, but no.
right.
Yeah.
But it's still cool. So I liked it.
Thanks. Thank
That's all
you.
I'm trying to say. I liked it.
Thanks.
Um, so can you tell me about your writing process for this EP?
So this EP didn't have a coherent process, unfortunately. Like I said, I started writing years and years ago. So these were the songs that were the closest to being done.
Hmm.
Um, so when I decided to record, so I didn't have like a specific thought process or headspace for the EP as a whole.
Okay.
For each individual song, they're all very personal and have their own story.
Hmm.
But the process for writing is basically just putting my thoughts and feelings into words
Yeah.
and finding some music that accentuates that brings it out a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay. Solid.
So then where was your headspace at while you're writing this?
Well, like I said, it depends on which song in particular we're talking about. These songs were written years apart, so
Oh.
there wasn't one coherent train of thought.
Mhm.
Um, but just like as a for instance, Fair Weather Friends is the first song on the EP. It was also the single from it, and that song is just really quickly. I had a really close friend, and it was the first time in my life I'd really had like a best friend, and I always wanted that, never had it, and I was really enjoying it. And our early 20s hit, and we just let stupid little stuff get in the way of that. We never resolved any of it, and eventually we just kind of drifted apart. And we still have all the same friends and do all the same stuff and run in the same circles, so I see him all the time. But like, I ran into him at Walmart like a week ago, and we both just kept going. Right, exactly. And so that song happened just like in one weekend. I had seen him. We were at this function together, and we should have talked. We were next to each other for like 2 hours and basically just said hey, and that was it. And I just started writing that song on the way home, and finished it the next day. Like, it was really fast.
Yeah.
No.
Man, I'm sorry. That sucks. That's always like the worst.
Yeah, that's life, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thanks.
While listening through the EP, what band or artist influence do you think pop out?
So I didn't go into it with a specific, like, I want to sound like this band.
Mm-hmm.
But when I step back afterward, I definitely hear a couple of specific bands I used to listen to a lot. One of them is called Trapped. People know them because they have this song called Headstrong. It's like this angsty, angry thing. But they had some crazy good ballads that nobody remembers. And I was actually thinking about covering one. I might do that.
Wait, which one?
It's called Lost Realist.
Please.
Do you know that?
Okay, listen. Before you keep going, we have some trap stories for you.
Yeah,
So
we have so many trap stories.
We have so many trap
take
stories.
over. Go ahead.
So, first of all, I know they're like big piece of shit online, but I am like unironically like a Trapped fan. I think
He's
their
a
first
Trapped
two
stan.
albums are like,
Their first two albums were amazing.
I know, especially their like sophomore album. It's awesome. It's so underrated.
I know. That one just didn't take off, and I have no idea why.
Yeah, I don't quite get it. Like, they were going off the thing of Headstrong, and then they were like playing amphitheaters, and then they just kind of fell off, and they're playing bars again.
I know. They came through here a couple years ago, and they were in this like 500 capacity bar that didn't sell out, and I didn't understand that.
It doesn't make any sense. But so
No.
yes, first of all, I'm an ironic Trap fan, and then I added them on Twitter from my personal account and told them that their new album sucks.
Okay.
Just straight up,
I just
said it.
Yeah, and
The one that sold 400 copies the first
Yeah.
week or
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And
Yep.
he called me some names, and then Glory jumped in,
Exactly, with my paragraphs.
paragraphing them. My girlfriend
God.
jumped in, and then a couple of other people we know jumped in, and we beefed with Mr. Chris from Trapped for like a solid like 3 hours.
Like 3 hours.
What?
Just throwing
What's
insults
on
back
with
and
that
forth.
guy?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like, was he doing it to be funny, or was he
No,
like...
he kept calling us like disappointments to our families and like saying
Called me
that
a
like
cuck a couple times.
exactly.
Somebody really needs to like get through to that guy. Everything I read about him is like that. It's these crazy stories about him flying off the rails at like 14-year-olds that don't know who he is. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Exactly.
And then-
yeah.
yeah.
And then I went at him a couple more times, and eventually, oh man, I think I said something about Trump to him, and he just flat out blocked me.
Yeah.
Like right before the election too, because I wanted the block to be like, how do you feel about the election? Because he's diehard Trump supporter. He's a Proud Boy or whatever.
Oh, I see. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he is. He's
That makes
like,
sense.
it's
Yeah.
rough.
Makes sense, yeah.
It's rough.
So that's what I
Okay.
wanted my block to be like, asking him how he feels about the election, and then when he goes, we're gonna win, be like, I don't know if you can read, but because clearly but he
not.
blocked me right before that, and I'm so upset about it.
Oh,
but
that sucks.
yeah, so
Man, can you imagine just like how? Because he's got to be in his 40s by now, right?
Yeah, and
He's
Something
he's
like
38. I remember because I called him out on it because he kept saying stuff and I was like, bro, you're 38. You're almost
I don't-
40, bullying and like
child, right?
yeah.
Okay. Well,
so that was my
Anyway.
trap story.
Yeah, it was great.
personality issues aside, they have some amazing songs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'd heard stories, but I never really looked into it. But okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
funny.
just stay away from their Twitter account.
Anyway, yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not gonna talk to him. I don't feel like it. But anyway, so Lost Realist is one of my all-time favorite songs. And I feel like that came through, and like Echo and These Walls, like those were all big songs I listened to a lot back then, and I definitely kind of felt that vibe a little bit. People keep telling me they hear the fray. I don't, but enough people have said it that it must be there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it like with that in mind.
Yeah.
And then the other one that I kind of heard was David Cook. I don't know. He won American Idol, put out a successful album, and then fell off the face of the earth. But
yeah,
I was a really big fan of his for his first two albums when he came out.
Oh.
And so that was a big, when I was writing two of these songs was when he was popular. And so that was that came through a little bit too. Some of the hooks that he has, I recognized a little bit in there too. Wasn't trying to. I just, music is plagiarism. It pretty much all is.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, that's cool.
So this question should be like super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe the CP in 3 words for new listeners.
Okay. Crap. I'm not good at thinking on the spot, and I don't remember when was this last time. So it's moody, for sure. It's it's got big moods to it. I don't know. Vibe.
Big vibe.
Big vibes.
Big vibes to it. Not the Seaway album, but
that album was good though.
It was a good album.
It was fantastic. I wasn't quite as good as Vacation, I'm gonna say, but I'm giving it time to grow on me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ryan was a very nice person too.
Yeah. Okay, that was one, right?
Yeah.
That was still one.
Crap. Shoot. One thing for sure, it's definitely like real. It is, it's raw. It's just like those feelings that like everybody has, but sometimes people don't want to explore. So it's just right there in your face. Can I just use raw as my third one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go with that.
Okay. Solid. I was gonna say them all together, but I don't think I'm gonna say them all together. So that's great. Is there a certain feeling you want your listeners to have while going through this EP?
I don't have like a certain feeling that I want them to have, but I want them to have some feeling, whatever it is. I'm not a music for me is about the emotion. And so people will hear these songs and they'll feel differently depending on what they're going through in life. Some people will see it as confirmation that life sucks, and some people will see it almost in a hopeful way, like things can get better. And so I don't care. I just want people to get in touch with how they're actually feeling, because I think that we spend so much time completely ignoring that. It's unhealthy. It really is. And so just to evoke any emotion was fine for me.
Okay. Solid.
So where do you see the project in the next 5 years?
I mean, I have no idea what the state of music is going to be in 5 years.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. I like performing. I don't think I'm good enough to like go on tour or anything, but I enjoy doing stuff like around here, and I'm going to keep recording no matter what. I love doing that. And I have so many things that I want to do recording wise. So I'm about half done with another song that is going to be on a compilation album in December or January. And then I've already picked out which songs are going to be on EP 2. And I'm just going to take, the next 6 months or so and just really work on those and make them what I want them to be.
Sounds great.
And then we'll see what happens after that. I have no idea. So.
Okay, cool. I'm very excited to hear the second EP. Excited for that. So, as you probably already know, for the last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music and go straight to death row. So, if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Boom.
Okay. I've actually thought about this quite a bit.
Okay.
Here's what I've come up with.
Okay.
I want like 2 pounds worth of Alaskan king crab.
Okay.
I've had it once in my life because I'm dirt poor, but I have a rich uncle who took me out once, and it's the best thing in the world, but it's impossible to get at because they're like, the legs are like this big, and it takes you an hour to eat a crab. I want someone to pre-shuck the crab
Yeah, yeah.
Or I'll do it because that means I get to live longer. In
Oh,
this
yeah.
hypothetical scenario, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what I want for a drink. I don't know.
You care?
Just water.
Something that's not going to kill the taste of the crab. Because
Okay.
it's so good.
Like a ice cold glass of water.
Sure, we'll go with that.
All right, so
All right. So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Okay. Pretty much every fictional world that I can think of is incredibly dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I would die in Star Wars immediately. I think that the only one I would have half a chance of surviving in would be the Next Generation era of Star Trek.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
by then, they had everything figured out and they weren't at any sort of crazy war yet. So I
Yep.
feel like that was a nice golden age of science and exploration. I could get into that.
Okay.
I'm going to go with that. Yeah.
All right.
Good choice. Good choice. So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has actually said it's the most important question.
Okay.
What is your favorite color?
Okay. So, I don't have a favorite color,
Yep.
but to avoid this being a super boring end to the interview, I'm going to instead tell you an amusing anecdote about my favorite color.
Okay.
Because when I was younger, I used to tell everybody my favorite color was yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care for yellow very much, but I noticed at the age of about 5 years old that nobody's favorite color was yellow.
Yep.
Everybody was red or blue or green, and I thought that wasn't fair. So I decided yellow was going to be my favorite color. And so that's what I told people for about 10 years.
10
And I
years.
had yellow everything.
Yeah.
Everything I had was yellow, and I actually kind of grew to hate it after a little while. But somebody was buying all the yellow stuff, and that made me feel good for the color yellow.
That's completely valid.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice to get
But
in
yeah,
some
I
love.
don't. Yeah, right. But yeah, no, I don't actually have a favorite color. I'm sorry.
That's cool.
That's completely
Yeah,
valid.
that's fine.
What's your favorite colors?
Black.
Yellow.
I think that you're just saying that because you feel bad for yellow.
No.
No, she was.
Oh man, she got so sad when I said
No,
that.
she was a 20. She was a 21 Pilot stan, and then Tyler Joseph committed career suicide.
Yeah.
So,
And then he messed up, and I was like, never mind. So there goes that.
Sorry, I actually don't like 21 Pilots, so I don't know what you're referring to. What did he do?
oh, I don't like 21
Okay.
Pilots either.
Okay. So basically, it was a dark and stormy night. And basically, it was about it wasn't the peak of like the Black Lives Matter movement, but it was like still like there was a lot of traction around it. So a lot of his
Okay.
fans, me included, were like, hey, yo, Tyler, can you maybe like retweet a petition or retweet like a card so you could educate, your platform? Because he has like 3 million followers on Twitter. So I was
right.
like, that's a lot. So instead of doing that, he decided to take a picture wearing $300 platform boots from a racist corporation, Doll's Kill. Said, you guys have been asking me to use my platforms. Feels good to dust these bad boys off. And everybody got mad, obviously, because like, what the heck, dude? And then he goes on a whole rant about how it's Suicide Awareness Week, making it seem like he's writing a note saying like, yo, this is bye guys. So I was terrified because like I still was like oh my god, it's Tyler. And then he was like, oh shoot, wait, you guys were mad about that? No, Black Lives Matter. And he posted one card, and that was the last time we saw him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
I don't
So that's
understand
when-
what went into that decision. Like, why?
Why?
Okay,
I don't get it.
Just don't do anything if you're gonna,
Yeah.
Exactly. Just
if you don't.
my girlfriend
Yeah.
sent me a
Okay.
screenshot of the tweet. She didn't even send me the link. I swear to God, I thought it was fake. There was
Oh my
no.
God.
I was like, "There's no way this is
I
real."
can't. All right.
Yeah.
Which one is he? He's the singer or is he the
he's
drummer?
Singer.
He's the singer. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
they suck anyway,
All right.
so it's okay.
No. No. They.
It's gonna pain
Yeah.
you to
Every
say
time,
this.
sometimes I like hear a 21 Pilots song and I'll be like, this isn't bad. And then the chorus kicks in and I'm like, never mind. I can't listen to this.
Oh.
They give me a
That's
pounding
completely
headache.
valid.
What was
Like
the one they just put out? They put
Level
the one they just
Level
put
of
out wasn't bad.
concern.
Yes, I kind of liked that one.
Same.
I
It
can,
was a good song.
I can listen to that one once in a while, but then
Yeah.
like I thought it was gonna like jumpsuit, and I thought it was gonna like chlorine, and like
Jumpsuit was good. I mean,
and I thought I don't know. I just
Yeah.
I just
that's
I like bits
completely
and
valid.
pieces, but then it goes away.
Yeah,
there's
that's
just something
I think I'm
about
too old for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
something about them that just like gives me a
Well-
pounding headache.
we figured it out. It was
Well-
the underlying racism.
Yes, yeah, that was it.
That was
Yeah,
what was giving me a
that's
headache.
what
I
it
mean, I
was.
listened to Trapped Glory, so it clearly wasn't
Oh,
the racism.
clearly it doesn't matter.
I don't know that he was racist at the time though. Maybe he became
Yeah.
racist after the second
Maybe.
album, which is why they went down.
He became
yeah.
racist to try to gain some clout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gonna get attention.
Cool thing.
So as Gloria said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
I just have the one EP, so there's not much else to plug. Just keep a lookout. We're on all the social medias, so come find us and me, us. I keep saying us. There used to be two of us. Now it's just me. Ignore me. And that's it, I guess. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, thank you for sitting down with us. This has been Act 20, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.